Hello guys, welcome to not entirely beginner level MS Word. Okay, so this video is intended for medyo techy na pagdating sa mga ganitong technology. Okay, so sabihin na natin na this one is essential guide for you to use Microsoft Word. So to begin with, let's start by opening our Microsoft Word. So click natin to. If you have any shortcuts sa inyong taskbar, you can click it. Okay, so single click it. The other way is to search it on our start menu. Just type Word and then hit enter. Or you can be a cool kid, Windows R, and then this dialog box will pop up, and then type WinWord and then just click OK. The Microsoft Word will open. In here, sa ating home tab na nandito, so makikita mo yung mga shortcuts na po pwede mo pwede ka na mag-start right here. Okay, so you can create blank documents, you can create templates online. You must have internet connection for you to use this kind of templates. Okay, so if you want to view more templates, just click in here, new, or search it in here. Okay, so if you want to open existing document, so proceed in here, open. So makikita mo na yung mga documents natin dyan. So let's start by creating our new blank document. So in our new or home, so you can create blank document. So same lang din ang proceedings po nito. Once na ma-open natin ang MS Word, ito ang ating interface. We have title bar, we have tabs, okay? And each tabs, meron tayong tinatawag. Itong malaking nakikita nyo mga parang mga icons na yan. They're called ribbons. And then bawat ribbons, kung mapapansin po ninyo may mga separators sila. Ang tawag dun ay groups. So ito ay page group, table group, illustration. So before we do anything else dito sa ating video na ito, so let's save our file in our file. Okay, and then just click save. And then personally, I use browse all the time. Okay, so para mas nalalaman ko kung saan ko i-dump yung documents na to. So I will going to choose, for example, sa desktop, and then I will going to name it, let's say, ES Guide. Okay, and then hit save. Or before that, you can choose whatever type of document you want. Pwedeng PDF, or since ito po ay editable yung gusto natin mangyari, I will going to leave the default one, the docx. Okay, so save natin siya, and then I will going to close this one, and then I will going to find it. Okay, so nandito siya sa kabilang window ko. So ito yung ating document. So if you want to open this, just double click it, and then since it is editable, okay, so docx pa siya, pwede mo pa siyang i-revise. Okay, so or you can open Microsoft Word again, and then in here sa ating home, ito yung ating ES Guide. So click natin yan. Okay, so since nagawa na natin yung pag-open, what is the interface? By the way, this one is the document page natin, the status bar, and then we have here zoom sa ating interface. Yeah, so I just forgot yung part na yan. So next natin is let's set up our layout or our environment. So this one is not that essential, but sometimes in my personal preferences, yeah, so ginagawa ko siya. So like this, for example, in here, the ribbons, yung ribbons natin, pwede mo siyang i-collapse using this arrow up button. So not necessarily na nasa design ka, kahit saan, makikita mo yon yung up arrow na yon. So click mo lang siya, so mawawala for much better viewing angle. Pero yan, kapag let's say may binabasa akong document, okay, pero kapag nag-e-edit, gusto kong nakikita yung mga ribbons natin. So click lang kayo dyan sa ating tool or sa ating tabs, click, and then pin nyo lang siya para maibalik. Okay, so kahit saang, again, kahit nasaang tabs po tayo. In view, so technically by default, I don't know, I forgot, alam ko hindi naka-show kagad ang ruler. So in here sa view tab, you have here you can switch the read mode. Ayan, so you can switch print mode. So teka lang, hide muna ako ng konti. Ito yan, so nandito sa may lower right ninyo. So, yung print mode natin, yung parang pinaka-normal mode niyan. And so, dyan nyo siya po pwedeng i-switch. Okay, so we have here, this one is web layout. We have here zoom, as I said earlier. Ayan. So, in your preferences lang kung ano yung gusto ninyong, kung saan kayo magsisimula kapag bago kayo mag-edit. And then, aside from that, yun nga yung ruler natin. Pwede mo siyang i-check or uncheck. And eto, bihira ako nakikita na may nagle-layout or gumagawa sa Microsoft Word na naka-open to. But, I think some of the cases, this one is useful, especially when you are adding elements, objects inside your document. Okay, so but sa majority ng paggamit ng MS Word is hindi masyado siyang ginagamit. And then we have your split windows. Okay, so for example, split, meron kang binabasa sa ilalim na documents for proofreading, for example, yan. So para hindi ka scroll ng scroll, you can split this document. Click mo lang siya ulit para ma-remove yung split natin. So, I think we're done with this view. Next is, in here, as I said, this one is our tabs. Okay, and then each tabs, they have ribbons. Pwede tayong gumawa ng sarili nating tabs and then with ribbons and groups inside. Okay, so all you have to do is to right-click anywhere sa mga tabs natin. Right-click and then click Customize the ribbon. Okay, so in here, we have new document. So dito sa may right side na to, you can click New Tab. So New Tab, pagka nag-click ka na New Tab, so basically, gagawa ka ng tab natin. So let's rename this gel. Okay, and then in here, new group natin, for example, rename natin yan, favorites. Okay, so I think pwedeng bili ka ng icon mo dyan. Ngayon, kapag in-okay natin yan, so meron tayong gel tabs in here. So wala pa siyang laman. So right-click natin, customize the ribbon tayo ulit. And then dito, so ito yung mga po pwede mong i-add inside gel tabs. So let's say, for example, gusto mong i-add lahat. You can go to all commands. And then ayan, napakadami mo po pwedeng i-add dyan. So, dun lang muna tayo sa mga basic. Explore nyo na lang kung ano-ano pa yung mga nandyan. Popular commands. So, let's say, for example, sa gel tabs, gusto ko nandun yung add ng table. Click mo yung table. Make it sure na nakaklik yung favorites natin. Then, click mo yung add. So, mapapasok siya ngayon dun sa may loob ng ating favorites. And then, let's say, for example, what else? Font size. Click mo yung add. So, magkakaroon tayo ng font size dyan. Font color, add mo siya. And then, click natin tong okay. So, as you can see in here, we have our own tabs na dyan nakalagay yung ating mga mostly na ginagamit. Or kung ito po ay for personal preferences lang. Pero kapag ikaw naman, sanay ka nang gamitin yung mga nandito, ayan. So, I suggest na kahit na hindi mo na gawin po ito. Again, this one is optional. So, I will going to leave it then. And then, ito nga pala, sa pagkakustomize natin ng ribbon, pwede mo siyang i-drag kahit saan. For example, lagay natin siya dito sa umpisa. Ayan. Ayan. So, click natin OK. So, yung gel tabs mo nandun sa may katabi ng file. Let's proceed dun sa may ating layout or yung ating paper setup. Okay, so it is important na bago tayo mag-start is, ito yung may isasuggest or marirecommend ko sa inyo. Bago kayo mag-type ng kung ano-ano dyan or ng assignment ninyo, just set up first your layout. Okay, so yung paper po ninyo. It is very important. So in here, sa layout natin, you can choose margin. Okay, so as you can see, we have here narrow, moderate, and then you can customize the margin. Ayan. So, unfortunately, for example, in here, something like this, kung sanay tayo sa, let's say, inches, kung hindi ka sanay sa centimeter, you can change this. Okay, so, hindi mo dyan actually tatanggalin. Ano? So, let's change that from centimeter to inches. All you have to do is to proceed to File, Options, and then in Advanced tab, baba ka, hanapin mo yung, ito ay editing options. Punta tayo dito sa may display. Sa bottom is 0.5. Sa left natin, for example, is, let's say, 2.5. And then, I will go to leave the right sa 1. Click natin OK. So, as you can see, customize na natin yung ating margin. As well as ating orientation, kung landscape ba siya or portrait na gagawin mo. And then especially yung sizes po natin. Sa sizes natin, you can click more paper sizes, something like that. And then, for example, in long, sa Pilipinas, dito sa atin, so we use 13. Okay, so ito po ay naka-landscape tayo kasi so 13 yung haba or yung lapad, depende sa orientation natin. Height natin 8.5, so click mo lang yung okay if you want a long document. That's pretty much it with regards to layout. By the way guys, in here, additional to this ribbons, ayan, so yung mga nakikita nating ribbons, meron tayo sa bawat groups natin, meron tayong tinatawag na launch buttons. So ang launch buttons natin is yung may mga ganitong symbol, ayun. Okay, so in that case, so kapag kinlik mo yan, so there are additional settings na po pwede ninyong pakialaman aside from these buttons. Ayan, so yung mga nandyan. So, dito din, for example, sa paragraph, ayan, so mayroon siyang additional features na po pwede ninyong galaw-galawin. So, the next agenda is the text formatting. So, syempre, kailangan natin ng text, So, pangit yung ganito, So, we can use instead of using that random letters and numbers na parang walang katutunguhan. So you can use equal sign and then type rand and then parentheses and then hit enter. So meron ka ng parang random words and mas magandang tignan compared dun sa may hinihilahod mo yung keyboard mo. Or aside from that, you can use equal sign, lorem, and then parentheses. Or you can customize those paragraph and then yung sentences sa loob. So let's say equal sign, rand, and then gusto ko ng 2 paragraph na merong 5 sentences each. So enter natin. So in here we have 2 paragraph na meron siyang 5 sentences. Okay, so in here, so sa ating text formatting, sa ating home, dito pa lang makikita nyo na po dyan yung ating formatting. So in here, it is important na bago nyo baguhin yung formatting, it is make it sure na kailangan naka-highlight po muna kayo sa may text na gusto ninyong baguhin. So you can change, for example, the font size, the font family, and increase the size of it. But gusto kong ipakita dito sa may part ng ating formatting is yung ating format painter. Okay, so there are some cases. So let's say, for example, I will going to grab one resources from the internet. Okay, so this, for example. So in here, what is Microsoft Word? I just search it and just Google it. Kung gusto nating ayusin yung layout nito, paano ba siya? Iisa-isa mo ba siyang i-highlight and then babaguhin mo yung font, color, something like that. Tatanggalin mo yung underline using this one. Okay, so you can do something like this. So type ka ng random dyan. Okay, so i-copy mo yung format na gusto mo, for example, or you can do something like this. Gusto mo kulay red, gusto mo naka-bold, and then gusto mo ito ay, ang font niya is ito. Yan. So, highlight mo yan, format painter, and then brush up mo kung ano yung gusto mong gayahin nung painter na yon. So, that's it. Mag-a-apply yung ating font style. Now, let's undo that. And then, in here, this one is kind of different naman. So, we have here yung clear all formatting. So, ang kiniklear po ng formatting natin na to is yung mga italic and bold natin. So, pagka kinlik natin to, and so, yung bold na Microsoft Word kanina is na tanggal, naging normal na text na po siya. Next, in here, the essential one is by using the, aside from center, right, index, indent, rather, the fully justify. The other important is this spacing. Okay, so sa spacing natin, I am using this line spacing option. Okay, so bihira akong ginagamit yung mga options dito kasi mas gusto kong gamitin tong line spacing options kasi mas marami akong po pwedeng baguhin sa kanya. But technically, ang binabago ko lang dito is eto from multiple. So ginagawa ko siyang single. Eto yung after, ginagawa ko siyang 0. And then, chinecheck ko lang yung don't add space between paragraphs. Okay, so with that, parang nagiging nare-reset yung paragraph So, whenever that, for example, gusto kong, meron akong, let's say, another paragraph in here. Okay, so kung gusto kong i-format po ito, ayoko yung spacing na yan. So, ganun yung ginagawa kong formatting. Line spacing options, single, this one is 0 point, don't add space. Ayan, so kung ako maglalagay dyan, so lalagyan ko siya talaga ng space dito. Space. Enter. Ine-enter ko siya. Mas nakokontrol ko yung layout ko kapag ganun yung ginagawa ko sa line spacing options. Okay, so next is the important one na medyo hindi napapansin yung gamit ito. This one is yung tab natin or yung indent natin. So dito kasi when you're using your keyboard sa pag-i-indent yan, makakapag-indentation ka naman. Okay, so pero bakit meron pa tayong indentation like this one? Ginagamit natin siya kapag for example, you have let's say insert tayo ng table. Yan. So sa table natin, so let's say we have yung lorem. Yan, gusto kong mag-indent. So, kapag gagamit ako ng tab, ang nangyayari, lumilipat siya sa other column. Ang nangyayari, kung gusto natin siyang i-indent, yan, so it's either na ito yung gagamitin natin sa may ating ruler, or you can use this one, yung indentation natin sa home. Yan, so, makakapag-indent tayo, or gusto mo siyang ibalik, so you can use this decrease indent. Aside from that, we have here styles. Okay, so sa styles natin, so technically, ang mga styles po na ito, hando lang muna natin to. Ayan. So, in here, we have a different bunch of styles. Ito, kung minsan hindi ginagamit. Okay, so pero kapag, for example, when you are writing thesis, gamitin po ito especially when you are automating your table of contents. So, let's say we have here, this one is, let's say, this is a title. Okay, so highlight natin siya. So aside from nagbibigay siya ng additional style na hindi na ikaw yung mano-manong nagbabago. Okay, so let's say for example this one, heading. Okay, kinlik ko siya. By the way, you can click this lower arrow button na yan. So para mas makita mo siya ng wide. Okay, and then you can see more options in here. Technically, magagamit mo yan sa automation ng table of contents. So, let's say, for example, at the very beginning of your document. So, let's say, enter natin to. Okay, so, tanggalin natin yung heading na yan. Or normal natin siya. Okay, so, let's insert this, or rather, sa references natin. We have here, table of contents. And then, we can click any built-in table of contents dito. So, automatic table, for example, something like that. Okay, so as you can see, kung ano yung ilalagay kong title dito, this is title, gel, unanan, for example. And then, when you click this table of content, you click update table, the entire table, click mo yung OK. So, mag-update ngayon siya automatically. Ang idea nitong table of contents natin is, fina-fetch na yung mga titles natin. So, let's say, for example, let's create another page. So, let's copy and paste this one. So, dito tayo sa may page 2, for example. Ayan. So, we have here page 1, page 2. So, i-revise natin to, Jelkunanan 2. Okay, so we have 2 titles in here. So, for this table of contents to be updated, so click nyo lang yan, update table. And then the entire table, click mo yung OK. So as you can see, naka-automatic na din pati yung page natin. And then even the title itself. So it is because we are using styles in here. So ang kagandahan naman dyan, kapag for example, pinili mo na yung heading na yan, so you can customize this one katulad ng mga normal text. For example, gusto mo gawin siyang red. Okay, so eto din, gawin mo siyang red. Yan. So you can do that as well. Or, sa una pa lang, pwede mo na siyang gawan ng style. So, for example, in here, sa heading, we can click this plus button, new style. In here, based on heading, so for example, style number 1, ito yung magiging heading mo. So, let's say, gel style. And then, ang gusto mo ay kulay green. Ayan, so, ang font family po nito ay ito. Ayan, so, click mo yung OK. So, in here, pwede mo, ito yung babaguhin mo, ma-add na dito sa styles natin kung ano ba yung mga dinagdag natin. So again, click mo lang yon. Yan, so additional launch button natin. And then, add tayo ng new style na gusto mo. Okay, so now let's proceed to insert. Okay, so as you can see, we can insert a bunch of different things in here. Okay, so like for example, cover page. Yan, so pwede ka mamili ng mga built-in cover page dito. Yan. So sa blank page, okay, page break, tables na nakita nyo kanina kung paano mag-insert. Let's insert picture. Okay, so kasi sa picture natin, it is, for example, ito. Yan. Okay, so sa picture natin, medyo tricky siya ng konti kasi when we are moving this image, ayan, so as you can see, hindi natin siya masyadong nakokontrol kung saan siya pupunta. Okay, so hindi siya parang wala siyang free will. In here, sa ating image is, once you click this image, as you can see in here, ayan, meron siyang additional tab na ma-open. And then in picture format, you can use a bunch of designs as well. Okay, so mamaya papakita natin yung iba't ibang mga styles na po pwede ninyong gamitin dyan. Whenever that you want to resize this image, ayan, so tip lang kapag po kayo ay nagre-resize, ayan, so I suggest na dito po kayo magre-resize, ayan, sa mga sulok-sulok natin. Especially when you are resizing like this, yung proportion po niya kasi, so medyo iwasan natin yung mga dito sa gilid, para hindi na i-stretch yung image natin. Okay, so undo natin yan. Okay, so we can maintain the proportion of our image. Now, kahit na maliit yung image natin, hindi pa rin natin siya makontrol. So, paano natin siya kukontrolin ng mabuti? So, in here, sa picture format natin, so makikita niyo yung wrap text natin. So, technically, ang ginagamit ko dito para mas nakokontrol ko siya sa sarili ko talaga, I use before behind text, okay, or in front of text. Okay, so yun yung madalas na ginagamit ko, behind text or in front of text. So kapag nasa behind or front of text tayo, madali mong nakokontrol or movable mo na siya anywhere in the page yung iyong image. Okay, so kaya ko naman ginagamit yung ating behind text, so something like that. For example, ayan, sa behind text kasi, for example, medyo umadjust siya ng kaunti. For example, ayan, let's say nandito yan, okay, and then medyo lumaki ng konti yung font natin, or meron tayong enter dito, nag-enter, minsan basta parang ganyan, yan, hindi nangyari yung gusto kong mangyari kasi yan. At least kapag naka-behind text siya, makikita mo na meron tinatabunan na text. Okay? Unlike kapag in front of text, okay, so picture format tayo and then wrap text in front of text. Ayan, so kung minsan kapag sobrang laki ng image natin, so let's say something like that, ayan. So hindi mo mapapansin na merong paragraph pa pala sa ilalim nito kapag in front of text yung ginamit mong wrapping sa kanya. Okay, so yun yung dalawang ginagamit ko. And then meron siyang shortcut naman dito. Kapag click mo yung image mo, you can click this one, layout options. Yan. So pwede kang behind text or front of text or any other wrapping text. Mas controllable lang talaga yung paggamit nitong dalawa, yung behind text and then in front of text. So additional dito sa ating format picture. Okay, so we have here picture styles. Okay, so you can see a different of styles na po pwede mong gamitin sa image mo, effects, something like that. Okay, so sa picture borders. Okay, so kung gusto mo makita yung full potential niyan, so you can click this launch button. Okay, so dito sa may gilid, format picture, dito mo makokontrol lahat ng mga options na po pwede mong gawin dun sa may image mo. And so dito kasi presets kasi ang tawag natin dito. So for example, this one, ayan, so gusto mo yung style na yan, pero ayaw mo yung black. Okay, so gusto mo yung thickness ng border niya, pero ayaw mo yung color black. Okay, so in here, pwede mo naman siya baguhin dito, something like that, green. Okay, pero mas marami kang mababago dito. Okay, sa ating format picture. Again, ang kinilig po natin is yung ating launch button. You can add reflections, something like that. You can add glow. And then, napakadami. Kung alin din yung ina-add mo dito, mas marami ka lang options or mas marami ka control, especially sa mga sizes. Okay, additional to these arrangements, so for example, copy natin to, paste natin to. So technically, if you want to bring this forward, ayan, so highlight mo lang yung image mo na yan. So, bring forward, or you can send it backward, or you can just simply click it, image, and then right click, send to back or bring to front. Yan. So pwede mong gamitin na yan nang hindi ka dumadaan dito sa may tab natin. We can also insert chart, Okay, we link, cross-reference, header, footer. Okay, so let's use this shapes for a while muna. Okay, so ayan, rectangle. And then, ganun din, meron siyang additional tab like dun sa may image natin na po pwede mong kontrolin. Okay, so yung kulay, yung styles niya, yung pwede kang mag-add ng text inside this one. Okay, so like this, right-click, add text. Or just simply double-click these shapes. Ayan, so makakapag-type ka na dyan ng anything sa loob. And then, ganun din po, pwede mo ding i-format yung mga text na nasa loob. And then, as well as yung additional options mo, meron din siya dito na format shape, as you can see in our side panel. In our header footer naman, so dito sa may header footer natin, so when you click header footer, ayan, so you click this built-in, ayan, so po pwede kang mamili ng mga built-in mo. So, kagandahan dito sa mga built-in natin na yan, for example, hello world. Okay, so and then you close header and footer, you click this one. Okay, so the entire page mo is magkakaroon ng hello world. Okay, so hindi mo na siya kailangan ulit-ulitin. So technically, ito yung mga ginagamit namin. For example, we have here yung Republic of the Philippines, university, college, something like that. And then you added here logo, for example. So mag-insert tayo, picture or shape. Yan. So for example, this one. Okay, so as take a look of this one, nandito po tayo sa may loob pa ng header. Okay, so header footer, additional tab po tayo. Ayan. So, pwede rin natin siyang ayusin dito. Okay, so yung in front of text. Okay, so ayan. So, lahat ngayon, kapag nag-exit tayo sa ating header, by the way, you can double-click outside. Ayan, so para ma-deactivate yung header footer natin. And then, of course, you can double-click the header. Ayan, para ma-activate naman siya. Okay, so, pag in-edit mo siya dito, ayan, for example, ilalagay mo siya dito, ibababa natin siya ng kaunti dyan. Balik tayo dun sa may taas. So, as you can see, nagre-reflect siya sa lahat ng page. So, ito po ay indicator na malabo lang siya. No? Just to indicate na this one are headers. Pero kapag, for example, when we are trying to print this, for example, Control P tayo, or in File, Print. Okay, so in our print preview, yan, makikita ninyo na malinaw po yung ating header. Okay, so again, that is indicator lang. So, back tayo dyan. Okay, so aside from header, you can add sa footer. Double-click ka dito sa footer. Katulad ng mga na-add mo sa header, pwede rin dito sa my footer. So, technically, mga na-add natin dito sa ating footer is yung ating page numbers. So, in here, we have page number at the bottom of page. Ayan, so pwede kang mag-customize ang sarili mo dyan, or you can use the built-in one. Okay, so something like this. Okay, so and then close header footer, or click this sa inside or sa center ng ating document. Okay, so last na siguro dito sa ating insert sa picture natin. Okay, so nasa na yung picture natin. So in here, for example, you accidentally resize yung picture mo, and then or ibinigay sa'yo, for example, yung document gusto mong ayusin. Okay, so pwede mo siyang i-reset pa din. So just click the picture format, and then in here we have reset picture. Hindi ko masyadong kiniklik tong reset picture na to. Ang mas ginagamit ko dyan is etong reset picture and size. Okay, so para nakikita ko kung talagang high quality yung image, or high resolution ba siya. So, and then tsaka ko na lang siya inire-resize on my own preferences, and then tsaka ako naglalagay ng mga styles. So dito, for example, gumagana din yung format painter po natin. So let's say click natin tong image na yan, and then in our home, we can click format painter, and then you can click on the other image. So, mag-a-append yung ating styles for that. So, hindi lang siya specific for text. Pwede rin siyang gamitin sa shapes. Pwede rin siyang gamitin dito sa ating mga images, especially sa mga styles na ina-apply natin. So, I think that's more about insert in draw, not so much about in here. Okay, so let's proceed to our design. Okay, so nga pala, mapapansin nyo, as you can see in our state right now, so naka-disabled siya. It is because we are currently selecting or selected dito sa ating object. Okay, so click tayo sa labas para makita natin yung mga different styles natin. So ito, normally kung minsan, ayan, so ito po ay inuuna kong ginagawa. After kong mag-layout, for example, ng pages ko, nagpo-proceed agad ako dito sa my design. For example, gusto mong ganito yung design mo. Ayan, so you can choose presets in here na po pwede mong gamitin. And aside from presets, ayan, sa mga presets na yan, po pwede kang gumawa ng sarili mong presets. Okay, so, and then, eto yung gusto kong i-point out po dito, ano yung mga color schemes natin. So, po pwede kayong mamili. For example, eto yung gusto mong color scheme. Yan, so, even the shapes na ginagamit mo is nag-a-adapt dun sa mga styles or yung colors na po pwede mong gamitin dito. Ayan. So, yung iba hindi masyadong ginagamit ito. They prefer sa sarili nilang style. Ayan. Pero kung may mapipili ka naman and then mabilisan, po pwedeng mamili ka na lang dito ng mga color schemes natin. And then, you can customize colors as well. Ayan. So, ito yung mga accent. Pwede mong palit-palitan yan. And then, rename mo sila. For example, gel. So, siyang gawing green. Ito din, green. Accent niya, green din. Accent ko, green. Ayan. So, and then, save natin yan. And then, pwede ko siyang piliin dito ngayon. So, yung gel custom. Ayan, sa mga color palettes po natin. Aside from that, we can use fonts. Okay, so like this one, I have here custom fonts na ginawa. So you can customize those fonts. You can add watermarks like this, page colors na hindi na masyadong ginagamit kung hindi siya flyers yung ginagawa mo or pang brochure. Pero kapag for example, sa assignment document, yan, medyo magastos kasi sa ink to. Siyempre kapag for example, ito ginawa mong background, ayan, full color talaga, even the background is print. So, page borders, you can add page border in here as well. Ayan, so we have box, we have shadow, 3D. There's a lot of options in our page borders. And then, I forgot this themes. Ayan, so the entire themes. Ayan, so pwede mong baguhin din by preset or you can browse for themes online. The last thing siguro na ipapakita ko sa inyo is in here sa references. Okay, so naipakita ko na yung table of contents. So dito, gusto ko lang ipakita yung mga sa citations po natin. Sa citations natin kasi sa mga bibliography, like in our table of contents, we can add a dynamic or automatic adding ng mga bibliography. So let's say for example, paano ba ginagamit itong bibliography na to? In here, we can insert add new source. Gusto mong i-cite yung isang book o isang journal article, for example, sino ba yung author, Jel Kunanan, publisher, I don't know. Let's fill this out and then click OK. So as you can see, this one is in APA style. So ayan, so if you're not familiar with this, ito po ay mga format for citations na ginagamit. If you want, for example, ito kasi ginagamit yan according to, let's say, Kunanan noong 2024, you are citing this, for example, ito yung sinabi ni Jel Kunanan na yan. Okay, so you can add that citation at the end of this paragraph. Yan po ay kadalasang ginagawa sa mga thesis, sa mga researches. Okay, so sa mga pinapublish natin. So, ngayon, hindi yan yung automation na ginagawa natin. Kasi at the end of your document or at the end of your journal or whatnot, ayan. So, naglalagay tayo ng mga references natin or bibliography. Saan ba natin sinite yung mga yan? Katulad nito, ayan. So, nag-cite tayo dyan. So, in here, we can click bibliography. And then, pwede tayong mamili. It's either references, works cited. Ayan. So, for example, references. Okay. So, as you can see in here, automatic na nadagdag yung ating reference. Okay. So, let's say, for example, this one. Ayan. Maglalagay tayo dyan insert tayo ng new citation. Let's say, this one is not a book naman. So, sabihin natin siyang journal article. So, ayan. Nagbabago-bago yung fini-fill outan natin dito. Click natin OK. So we have here Delicious 2010 citation using apostyle. So kapag binago natin to, when we click this one, ayan, so as you can see, magbabago yung ating format dito sa citation and even dito sa ating references. Ayan po, yun yung i-cover lang dito sa video natin na to because this one is beginner level. Yun nga, sabi ko na, not entirely beginner level of MS Word.